Hello everybody, it's Michael. Welcome back to my channel after too long, I would say. I've just been having trouble trying to figure out what to do with this channel. I don't know if I want to do like all gaming content or because truth be told, I'm not that big of a gamer. It is literally just between Kingdom Hearts and The Sims right now. So I guess it would just depend on whatever you guys want to see. I could also do like crafting videos, reviews, or that type of thing. So we'll see. But today we are creating the Charmed ones in The Sims 4 today. And I decided to make them spellcasters, which is something that I rarely see people do, almost never. But I mean, it makes sense because spellcasters are like the equivalent to witches. They're like the closest thing we have to witches in the game. So, I mean, it just makes sense to me. And we're starting off with Prue, who is my favorite, and she was always my favorite growing up. I think it was just the mentality of what you would do to stand up for your family and be there for when people need you. I always liked that, and I always liked being there for people, even as a little kid. So, and of course, her relationship struggles speaks to me on many personal levels. Prue is my favorite, and she was moderately difficult to replicate in The Sims. I'm not that great at creating Sims, obviously, as you can see, but I try. And originally I was trying to go for their season 1 looks, which is why you'll see that I put short hair on Prue at first and then it turns to long later. That's because what I was going to do is do multiple episodes for each season, but then I was like, I don't have the time for that. I went ahead and just made all of them as recognizable as possible, as far as what people, or at least what I would think of when I think of Prue, Piper, or Phoebe, or Paige. And next up we have Piper, and she was a whole world and a half of difficulty trying to get her likeness right. I don't know, there's just something about Holly Marie Combs' face that is kind of difficult to translate, or at least I found to do in The Sims. She's beautiful, don't get me wrong, but I don't know, it was just kind of difficult to find something that looked right in my eyes, and I just couldn't find it. And even as recording this voiceover, I'm still not entirely happy with her sim, but it's close enough in my opinion that, you know, it's not going to be so jarring if you see her on the gallery. You're not going to ask, who the hell is that? So I cut out what must have been, I don't know, like an hour or so of footage, trying out different things, different skins, different hairs, different eyes, different lips, different chins, different everything, and I still just wasn't satisfied. But moving on to Phoebe, who I found moderately easier to capture. A little known fact, actually, is that Alyssa Milano, her likeness from pictures of her as a teenager were used as reference for Ariel in The Little Mermaid, which I love. I love that because The Little Mermaid is my favorite movie and Charmed was my favorite series growing up, so it was a really nice bridge and a connection, and then of course Phoebe becomes a mermaid at some point in the show, so that was always really nice to learn for me as a kid. And last but not least is Paige, and I've actually technically created at least Rose McGowan twice in The Sims. I've created both Paige, and then I also created Cora from Once Upon a Time. First, for those of you who don't know, she played the Queen of Hearts in a flashback in Once Upon a Time. I've had two chances to get her likeness right, and I don't think either of them are that great. But we try, and hopefully we get better every day. I mentioned before that Prue was my favorite character, and she definitely is. But then there's some times where, I don't know, I connect with Paige as well. So But you know what? I think that's what makes a good show, especially a show centered around 3 women, or sometimes even 4 women if you count all 4 sisters. That all of them need to be well-rounded and fleshed out and relatable on multiple levels. And not that they necessarily need to be, but it helps. It definitely helps with connecting to a character, even if you're a gay boy like me. But yeah, I think it all helps. And then of course it's always more interesting to watch and more interesting to play for the actresses, I'm assuming. Well, that'll do it for this video. Thank you all so much for tuning in if you did and if you stuck around. If you want to download these ladies, they will be up on the gallery. My origin name is Wicked Merman. Yeah, I hope you guys have a really magical rest of your day.